clothes? She said, no, I won't. They said, comb your hair. She said, some kids don't. And her parents' dreams went up in smoke. They said, you can't leave. She said, yes, I will. They said, don't see him. She said, his name is Bill. She's on a roll and it's all uphill. She's a wild one with an angel's face. She's a woman child in a state of grace. When she was 3 years old on her daddy's knee, he said, you can be anything you wanna be. She's a wild one running free. She loves rock and roll. They said it's Satan's tongue. She thinks they're too old. They think she's too young. And the battle lines are clearly drawn. She's a wild one with an angel's face. She's a woman child in a state of grace. When she was 3 years old on her daddy's knee, he said, you can be anything you wanna be. She's a wild one running free.
Jack and Diane painted a picture of my life and my dreams. Suddenly this crazy world made more sense to me. Well, I heard it today and I couldn't help but sing along, 'cause every time I hear that song, and I go back to a two-tone short bed Chevy, driving my first love out to the levee, living life with no sense of time. And I go back to the feel of a 50-yard line, a blanket of girls, some raspberry wine, wishing time would stop right in its tracks. Every time I hear that song, I'll go back. All night long to keep on rocking.
Okay, so we met at a place called the Tav in Vermillion, South Dakota. It was in the summer of my sophomore year, going to junior year. I was with my friends drinking, he was with his friends drinking, and we met that night.
Normal, I think it was a summer night. Just met at a party, and I think first nickname I learned, or first thing I learned about her was that her middle name was Classy, and that was what I called her for the rest of the night, and for the next couple months, I think. So.
And then I ended up driving him and a few of my friends home, and I dropped him off at his house, and I lived like 5 houses down. And by the time I already got to my house, he had added me on Facebook. So I thought that was a little creepy, but I was like, oh, okay, now I don't have to search him and look like the creeper.
Of all my lonely yesterdays, I've forgiven myself for the mistakes I've made. Now there's just one thing, the only thing I wanna do. I wanna love somebody like you.
Our first date was, I don't know when, I believe like August or something. We went to...
It was the movie Eat, Pray, Love. There was really no connection to it. It was just, there's not a whole lot to do in Vermillion, South Dakota. And of the 3 movies that were playing, that was one of them, and that's just what we decided on.
I just remember thinking, I'm excited for going to a movie because then I don't actually have to talk to him very much, because I was a little nervous with the whole situation. So, but we had a good time, and I think we were like the only people in the movie theater, so that was funny.
Love somebody like you. Oh, here we go now.
first kiss was, I think the second time we hung out. We again met up at the Tab and hung out there. And then I think we went to my house with some friends, and that was our first kiss. I don't really quite remember it because it wasn't all there, but I remember that was when we had our first kiss.
I don't think we were exactly the most sober people in Vermilion, and she was classy, and one thing led to another, and yeah, we kissed.
It's hard for me to understand, but you're teaching me to be a better man. I don't want to take this life for granted like I used to do. No, no, I want to love somebody like you.
The way he is with my nephews are everything to me. And the way he is with them, the way he treats them, the relationship they have is something I really love about Jesse. I love Jesse's personality, how he makes me laugh. Even when I'm mad at him, he can make me laugh. He can put me in a better mood. And I also love that Jesse will do basically anything for me. I've never met anybody that cares that much about me and will be willing to do anything for me.
One of my favorite things about her is just how passionate she can be about certain things. She's she likes to do projects on Pinterest, and she gets really into those projects. She really gets into them, wants to do it right, and I really like that passion. You know, I can see in her eyes that it's something she really cares about, and hopefully that's something that, you know, she's passionate about me. Fingers crossed.
The lights down low, dancing slow. Oh, if falling's how you feel, and perfect's what you see, then I'd be what you mean to me.
My biggest pet peeves with Jesse are that he sheds a lot. And so it's all over our house, and it's so hard to clean. He also sweats a lot.
I sweat, and I don't necessarily smell very good when I sweat, so that's probably something that she gets annoyed with.
Everywhere, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just always heat next to him, so it's a lot of sweat and a lot of hair.
My whole family is big sweaters, and that could be a problem. Well, I don't know if I can really call it a pet peeve because it's something I do too, but I mean, we're just kind of lazy. I think it's not really a pet peeve because it's, like I said, it's something I do too, and it's something that we'll be lazy on the couch on most weekends, and that's completely fine with me. But you know, in a perfect world, maybe she'd be a little more ready to go, just, you know, to counteract my laziness. That would probably be good, but it's nothing.
I sometimes like to be a bitch, I would say. I think it's sometimes kind of fun, and it drives him nuts, but it's kind of fun to get him going, so that's, I would say, he hates me.
In this crowded room, the lights down low, dancing slow. Oh, if falling's how you feel, and perfect's what you see, then I'd be what you mean to me.
I guess there was kind of more than one time. I haven't always been the best boyfriend. I've made my mistakes, and just the fact that she's forgiven me. She's a very forgiving person. She's looked past my flaws. I think that's kind of one of those things where I was like, I think I found a keeper.
I thought Jesse was the one, again, when I saw the relationship he had with my nephews and my family. He really fit in with my family, and I thought my family really cared for him and loved him just as much as I did. And then when his mother died, and we...
The second time, I guess you could say, my mom passed away a couple of years ago, and Justine, she kind of just dropped everything, came with me back to Wisconsin to go to the funeral, be with my family. And, you know, that wasn't expected of her at all. Just the fact that she dropped everything that she had going on just to be there for me was...
I thought we grew really close together then, because that was the first time we've seen each other like emotionally at that level. So I thought that was another point where I saw that I thought we were going to be together forever.
For me was, I think that was kind of the ultimate moment where I was like, I need to spend the rest of my life with this girl.
If every word I said could make you laugh, I'd talk forever.
At work, we do laser cutting on metal. So I laser cut out a metal sign that said, "Justine, will you marry me?" I didn't know how I was going to use it. I just knew it was like, you know, something I made personally, something that I would use as somehow. We opened Christmas presents, I think like the week before Christmas, because I was going to be going back to Wisconsin to be with my family. So I think one of the last nights we were going to be together, we did our little gift exchange. And I think she was kind of expecting it, because I noticed, you know, we were all happy with our gifts, but I just noticed she seemed a little down, like she was expecting something that she didn't end up getting. And at the time, I still didn't know when I was going to do it. And when I saw that reaction out of her, like she wants this to happen, I figured, now, you know, this would be the perfect time.
Jesse proposed, I believe, December 19th. It was one of the last day. It was the day before Christmas break for me at school. I was out with a couple of my coworkers, and I'd come home and I noticed our lights were off in our apartment. I'm like, he never falls asleep without me.
Next day, she went out to dinner with friends, a couple of friends from work. I came home from work. I stopped at Walmart. I bought about 100 little tea candles. Came home, set those up all over the apartment, all over the living room, kitchen, and then kind of in a lane down the hallway back to our room.
So I was a little nervous at first. I'm like, why are all the lights off? So I finally get up to our apartment and I open the door and there's candles lit everywhere. And I'm like, what the heck? All the lights were off. And so I opened the room like, Jesse? And he didn't respond. And then I opened the door more and there was rose petals down our apartment hallway. They had candles everywhere. So I walked in down our hallway to our room.
Soon, lit all the candles and put the sign that I had cut out on the bed. And
he was in there. He had rose petals and candles on our bed and decorating our room.
Put candles around that and played the song "Marry Me" by Jason Derulo.
In our room, he had this song "Marry Me" by Jason Derulo playing, which was one of my favorite songs. And he had made a sign at work that says, "Justine, will you marry me?"
And she came back. I gave her my little speech and got down on one knee, asked her to marry me.
Honestly, don't remember anything he said to me. And then he got down on a knee and he proposed, and of course I said yes.
Remember correctly, her exact answer was "duh."
I've been so